A very good morning to all. I am Gunta Lakshmi Narayana, District NEET faculty in Zoology at Super 60 Duppalavalsa, Srikakulam. This Super 60 is a prestigious program being conducted by our District Collector Sri Nivas Garu. And in this connection with the present lockdown situation, I have started a new channel for my students so that they can follow my lessons staying at their home. Today, I am going to start with human physiology, the most important topic with respect to NEET. It has more than 25% of weightage in NEET, and also it has 28% weightage in EAMCET. Let us now start with the human digestive system. Humans are fundamentally omnivorous, means having a diet which is neither exclusively carnivorous nor exclusively herbivorous. Let us now discuss the definition of digestion. Digestion is the process of conversion of the complex food substances into their simple absorbable forms. The process of conversion of complex food substances. What are complex food substances? These carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, they are complex food substances. After digestion, these complex food substances, that is, these carbohydrates, proteins, fats, they are converted into glucose, amino acids, and fatty acids and glycerol. Means carbohydrates after digestion, the complex food substances, they are converted into simple absorbable substances called as glucose. The proteins, they are converted into simple absorbable amino acids. Fats, they are converted into simple absorbable fatty acids and glycerols. Now let us go through these nutrients. There are two types of nutrients, the micronutrients and the macronutrients. Macronutrients, they are required to our body in larger amounts, whereas micronutrients, they are required to our body in trace amounts. The macronutrients includes proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, etc. Whereas the micronutrients, they include vitamins and minerals. These vitamins and minerals, they are necessary to our body in very trace amounts, but they have a key role in our body. Let us now discuss the overview of digestion. The overview of digestion. The human digestive system consists of alimentary canal and the associated digestive glands. Alimentary canal. Alimentary canal is a long tube that starts with mouth and ends with anus. It measures about 8 to 10 meters in length. This alimentary canal, it includes mouth and buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, and the large intestine. And similarly, the associated digestive glands includes the gastric glands, which are located in the stomach walls of the stomach, and Brunner's glands, which are present in the small intestine. Crypts of Lieberkuhn, they are also present in the walls of the small intestine. Salivary glands, liver, and the pancreas. Out of these glands, the gastric glands, Brunner's glands, and crypts of Lieberkuhn, they are all present within the alimentary canal, whereas the last three, that is the salivary glands, liver, pancreas, they are present outside the alimentary canal, and they pour their secretions into the alimentary canal. That's why the last three, that is D, E, F, they are called as extra alimentary canalicular gland. Now let us start with the alimentary canal. The first part of the alimentary canal is mouth and the buccal cavity. The mouth is guarded by a pair of lips, labia, and the oral cavity, which is divided into upper nasal chamber and lower buccal cavity. The buccal cavity and nasal chamber both are divided by this palate. This palate on the anterior portion, it is hard and it is called as hard palate, and on the posterior region it is soft, that is it's why called as it is a soft palate. This hard palate is having alternate ridge-like structures called as palatine rugae. These palatine rugae, they are well developed in carnivorous animals. Okay, now the parts in the mouth. That is the first part, teeth. Teeth are ectomesodermal in origin, means teeth are formed both from the ectoderm and also mesoderm. Human teeth are embedded in the sockets of the jawbone. That's why human teeth are called as thecodont teeth. Human beings form two sets of teeth in their lifetime. That's why they are called as diphyodont. Di means two. They are formed for two times. Means first formed teeth are called as milk teeth. They are replaced by the age of 12 years. And the later formed teeth are called as adult teeth. The milk teeth are 20 in number. The adult teeth are 32 in number. And there are four different types of teeth in human buccal cavity. That's why human teeth are also called as heterodont teeth. Human teeth are called as thecodont teeth because they are embedded in the sockets of the jawbone. Human teeth are also called as diphyodont teeth because they are two sets of teeth, and human teeth are also called as heterodont teeth because there are four different types of teeth. The first type of teeth are called as incisors, which are chisel shaped. These incisors, they are responsible for cutting the food. Suppose if you were given with an apple, you use your incisors to cut that apple. And if you are given with a piece of meat, then you use the canines. The second type of teeth are canines. They are dagger shaped. Dagger shaped. These dagger shaped canines, they are meant for tearing. These canines are well developed in carnivores like dog, cat, etc. Lion. Okay. Coming to the third type of teeth and premolars, the fourth type of teeth are molars. These premolars and molars, they are called as cheek teeth. They are meant for grinding. Now let us go through the structure of a tooth. Tooth is having three regions. The crown region, the upper visible portion is called as the crown region, and the lower part, which is not visible to us and which is embedded in the socket, is called as the root, and the portion which is covered with gums is called as the neck. Okay. The human dental formula is 2102 2102. It is the milk dentition, that is dental formula of milk teeth, 20 teeth. And dental formula of adult human is ICPM 2123, means incisors are 2 in number, canines are 1 in number, premolars and molars are 2 and 3 respectively in each half jaw. And wisdom teeth, the third molar teeth, it appears at the age of 21 years. Okay, now the second part is tongue. Tongue act as a universal toothbrush. It is freely movable muscular structure and it attaches with the floor of the oral cavity with a specialized tissue called as frenulum. It is attached to the floor of the buccal cavity with a muscular tissue called as frenulum, and the upper surface of tongue bears projections called as papillae. These papillae, some of the papillae, they bear taste buds. There are three types of papillae. They are called as fungiform papillae, filiform papillae, valate papillae. These valate papillae are also called as circumvallate papillae. Okay, the projections on tongue are called as papillae. These papillae, some of them they bear taste buds. Three types of papillae are present in human tongue. The fungiform papillae, they are thread-like structures. Filiform papillae, fungiform papillae, they are mushroom-shaped structures, and filiform papillae, they are thread-like structures, and valate papillae, they are the biggest papillae present on the tongue. They are present at the base of the tongue, and they look like an inverted V-shaped structure, and they are the largest papillae present on the tongue. Okay, and the filiform papillae, they won't bear. These are the filiform papillae, the thread-like structures. They won't bear any taste buds because they are thread-like. And fungiform papillae, they are fungiform papillae. They bear taste buds, and these valate papillae, the biggest papillae, they also bear the taste buds. Okay, coming to this tongue helps in taste detection and degglutination, mixing of saliva, and also it is useful in speaking. Okay, coming to the pharynx. Pharynx is divided into three areas. Pharynx is a common passage both for oral cavity and nasal cavity. Means it is the pharynx is divided into three regions: the nasopharynx, the oropharynx, and the laryngopharynx. This laryngopharynx is also sometimes called as hypopharynx. Okay, and the pharynx, the region that opens into the windpipe, that is called as laryngopharynx, that opens into the larynx region, is called as laryngopharynx. And the glottis is present at the opening of uh, the opening. And next, coming to there are three types of there are three pharynx is divided into three areas: the nasopharynx, the oropharynx, the laryngopharynx. Glottis is the opening of trachea into laryngopharynx, and it is covered by an epiglottis. This is the epiglottis. This is epiglottis. And the coming to the next one, the pharynx uh, hanging from the soft palate. I have already told you that the palate is divided into two, two regions. The anterior-most hard region is called as hard palate, and the posterior portion is called as the soft palate. And there is a soft region, the soft structure hanging from the soft palate is a conical structure called as the uvula. Hanging from the soft palate is a conical structure called as uvula. And this pharynx is divided into oropharynx. This oropharynx, it is having two sets of tonsils, and the palatine tonsils, the lingual tonsils. These tonsils, they remove the pathogens that enter the pharynx. These are the structures. Clearly see these structures. This is nasopharynx, where the nasal cavity opens. The oral pharynx, where the oral cavity opens, and laryngopharynx. You can clearly see, look here, and nasopharynx, laryngopharynx. Similarly, coming to the next region of the alimentary canal, that is esophagus. This is a long tube that connects the mouth with the stomach, and this muscular tube, it is collapsed when lumen is empty, and it descends through thorax, and its opening into the stomach is guarded by a sphincter, muscular sphincter, called as gastroesophageal sphincter, or also called as the cardiac sphincter. Coming to the next region, the stomach. Stomach is a J-shaped wide structure. It has three portions: the cardiac portion, fundic portion, and the pyloric portion. This J-shaped structure, it is tucked below the diaphragm, and the capacity of the stomach, it measures about 1.5 liters to 4 liters. Okay, the stomach, it is having, in some textbooks it is uh, mentioned as 4 regions, but here the stomach is having 3 regions: the cardiac portion, fundic portion, and the pyloric portion. And the next portion is small intestine. Okay, before here one, this cardiac stomach, fundic stomach, and pyloric stomach, the opening of the stomach from the esophagus is guarded by cardiac sphincter, and the pyloric stomach, the last portion is the pyloric stomach. The opening of this pyloric stomach into small intestine is guarded by pyloric sphincter. Okay, coming to the next portion, that is next part of the alimentary canal, that is small intestine. It is the longest part of the alimentary canal. Okay, most of the enzymatic digestion occurs here in the small intestine, and most of the enzymes are secreted by the pancreas and small intestine. They are all added in the small intestine. Almost all absorption of nutrients also takes place is in the small intestine. The small intestine is again divided into 3 subdivisions: the duodenum, the first portion, which is U-shaped structure. This U-shaped structure is called as duodenum, and it is the smallest portion of the small intestine. And the second portion is called as the jejunum. It occupies about 40% of the small intestine. And the last portion and the longest portion The small intestine is ileum. Okay, coming to the large intestine. This large intestine is having the three subdivisions: the cecum, colon, and rectum. And this cecum, this harbors the symbiotic microbes. This is the sac-like structure. Blind sac-like structure is called as cecum. And attached to this cecum, a finger-like projection is there, which is called as vermiform appendix. This vermiform appendix, it is referred to as uh, abdominal tonsil. Abdominal tonsil. This cecum, it opens into colon. This colon is further divided into ascending colon. This one is ascending colon. This one is transverse colon, and this one is descending colon, and the last one is sigmoid colon. The colon. Okay, second portion is called as colon. The first portion of the large intestine is called as blind sac-like structure is called as cecum. This cecum opens into colon. This colon is divided into ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, and the sigmoid colon. Okay, the bulging positions, uh, pouch-like structures which are present in the large intestine, they are called as haustra. Haustra. Haustra are the bulging pouches like structures, bulging pouch like structures, bulged pouch like structures called as haustra. Okay, and let us next discuss how the digestion takes place in our